do that once.
Oh, okay.
You already live. You already
so
live.
मैं बंद करती हूँ because I did
you
that.
don't stop it. Let it go on.
क्या एक मिनट.
इसको जाने दो अभी. Don't do anything now. It's already live now.
Okay. Live.
We gone live for 10 minutes before.
Okay. So उसको वही करना पड़ेगा, edit करना पड़ेगा फिर.
अभी छोड़ दो उसको.
Okay.
You can post the message in the group.
What do you want me to post the message?
Banner and the
banner post करूँ उसमें?
Meeting is live.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
Join. Meeting is live. Please start joining.
Okay. मतलब अभी कुछ मिनट के बाद करूँ क्या? Because अभी 8 मिनट है.
कर दो. You are already live on YouTube.
Hello, Saurabh. How are you?
You are muted, Saurabh.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, hi,
Yeah.
sorry. Early morning things are going
Yes.
in the background.
Okay, where are you, Saurabh? Which?
It's not that early morning, sorry, but a late riser. I'm in Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, that's I have my caffeine for my system with me right now.
Yeah, no problem.
Caffeine, yeah.
On my other phone, my wife is talking to in India, so that's a little noise there. I'm not sure if I opted for this slot or I opted for the evening one. I think I opted for the evening, but I had time, so I could join this one as well.
Yeah, thanks for joining. I know we got these varied responses across all 4 slots, and so this slot had the maximum numbers of responses, so we thought we will start with this, but we are going to schedule meetings on the other 3 slots also, so some people who cannot join this slot at all, they will be able to participate. But thanks for joining today. Appreciate it. So we have a few more minutes, but we'll wait for others.
Sure.
Meanwhile, can you rename your Zoom? I can see your name. Can you rename it as the batch, the year you joined?
Okay.
Then the alphabet for your branch, and then your name.
Okay, let me. Do I have to leave and do that, or can I do it while in the meeting? Sorry.
You can do it in the meeting. Yeah.
Do it in the meeting. Right click on your name. What is your batch?
1999 to 2003.
I'll do it for you. 1993, and what's your branch?
So 1999 to 2003 pass out. So I don't know what to put, 1999 or 2000.
I'll put that. Hang
Okay.
on. What's your branch? Mechanical.
Yeah.
That's it. Here you go.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome, Sachin Chaudhary.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Sachin.
Hi.
How can we see that?
Yeah. Good to see you, Sachin. Missing you in the mahfils.
Yeah, actually, I have been transitioning from the college to job here.
Okay.
I was pretty busy in that. So
Okay.
I've been also missing that. I just need to adjust the light here.
Good morning, Sachin.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Kapoor, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Kapoor, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How come I don't see any pictures?
Yeah, can you repeat what you said?
Okay, okay. Now I can see you. This is Shalene.
Okay. Yeah.
Shalini, Shalene.
Shalini is not in as yet, sir.
Okay, what's her name?
This is Shubha 81 batch.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm Shubha.
Shubha Rani. Okay, I got it now. It came in. It comes in late. Looks like streaming is a little late.
Yeah. So,
Mr. Mohan Jarat, is that?
Yes.
Good morning, 65 batch.
Good morning.
yes.
Rename.
65.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm
How are you?
The big father of the batch.
Yeah, they were the starters.
Yes.
We were the pioneers.
Yeah.
Guinea pig.
And I think
Guinea
if I
pig.
remember correctly, you said that you were the one who lived in all the 5 hostels.
That's correct. I lived in the all
No,
5.
no, they never lived in hostel number 2.
Oh,
They never lived in, because in hostel number 2, we were for 3 years. We did not move hostel to hostel.
So you have an early lead there, Mr. Kapoor.
okay.
66 batch.
No, they
I
lived in.
remember we were the first one. We were moving into every hostel every time, you know. So
No.
that's what I
You-
remember.
You were in hostel number 1 for 3 years,
Right.
and then you moved into hostel number 3,
3.
which
You
was
are right.
partially built, and then hostel number 4. So in hostel number 3, when you moved in, you had other half part almost done, and the professors or lecturers or MS students they had started hiring, those were in there.
You are right. I getting old, I guess.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But basically, facts are facts. So
Yeah, I'm glad you sharpened, you updated my memory here. So I remember there was some gap sometime. So
if
And
I
you-
remember right, you did spend a summer in Chandigarh, right?
I was having a meeting.
we used to go there for hydraulics lab. We didn't spend whole long time. We would just go there for a short while. That is correct.
I
Was
think
very
it was like 6 weeks. We had the whole college by ourselves.
that's
So
right.
Thank you. Good to hear the story,
Yeah.
sir. We welcome everybody. I think we have a good attendance. People have joined in. So Shubha,
Yes.
if you can lead the
Yeah.
initiative.
So good morning, good noon for the East Coast, and good evening for folks who have joined from India. So appreciate all of you coming. This is the first USA alumni meet we are having, and I'm glad to I see that so many people have joined and they are still joining. So glad that so many can join. And just before we start, just few housekeeping things. If all of you, I know some of you have already done this, but if all of you can possibly have your names renamed on the screen, where you have the year when you joined the school. So for example, I joined in 1981. So mine, in front of my name, you will see 81, E for electrical, and then my name. And this is, if you can join, then it will be easier for everyone to get some basic information about you just looking at the screen. If not, if someone doesn't know how to do that, let us know. We'll walk you through. It's basically the 3 dots you have at the top. If you click on them and you scroll down, you'll see rename option, and there you can do that.
So I'll do that, Shubha. I know most of them, so let's roll it out. So
thank you,
let's
Salman.
move on.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, Salman is a great help. He helps me also with all the setting up of the things. So appreciate it, Salman. And the second thing, I know we have lots of people joining. So before we jump into the agenda, I think it will be good if all of us introduce ourselves in brief. So for example, I'll just start so that it just my name is Shubha Rani Uthade. I was at REC Kurukshetra, joined in 1981, electrical batch, and I'm an investment banker by occupation. So can we, all of us, if we can introduce, then after that we will jump into the discussion about what is the type of initiatives we can work on.
Shubha, can you tell us which investment banker you are with, JP Morgan Chase or who?
No, I have my own investment bank. So I started this business 12 years ago. My company is called Venture Capital. So it's my own investment bank.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So who will go first?
65 batch.
Oh, 65 batch. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay. My name is Mohan Jarrett. I'm in the 65 batch, and I am in Augusta, Georgia, and I mechanical engineering, and I'm still working at Southern Nuclear Company. And I live in Augusta, Georgia. I met Shubha in the last meeting in Atlanta, so that's how we got started.
Have you met Anil Khanna? He's also with nuclear. He's he's 66 batch. I don't know, mechanical or electrical, but he's now head of the nuclear security. And he's in Florida. He's in Florida. So coming in here will help you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. I sure appreciate that.
Yes, Mr. Kapoor.
I'm sorry, it's not Anil Khanna, Anil Julka. Anil Khanna retired.
Julka.
He was also in nuclear and he's in Chicago. Okay, my name is Rajendra K. Kapoor. I go by Raj here in US. And I am now at this time semi-retired, however, full-time employed by US government. And I cannot discuss my job.
Okay. And where are you based, sir?
Yes, I'm in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I live on the Virginia and on the beach, and I can see the water right now. It's 2 houses down.
Ah, perfect. That's nice. That's nice.
So we move on to Sham Sani, sir.
Good morning, sir.
A brief about yourself, sir.
I live in Lexington, Massachusetts, which is right outside of Boston. And just started a new company a couple of years back and working on that after retiring for like 4 months. So I could not stay retired. No.
People would like to know your joining batch, sir.
Oh, sorry, 67.
Yes.
I'll fix that, okay.
I'll done it. So thank you.
Is it mechanical or electrical, sir?
Electrical.
Thank you.
Mr. Anil Jain, sir.
Yeah, I'm based in North Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm retired. At the moment, I'm sick.
Oh, sir.
So I do some real estate business. I came very late here, so I didn't do any particular work here. I was basically more time in Dubai in construction.
Okay.
So here I recently came, so not much work here.
You are also from the 67 batch, if I can,
Yeah,
my memory
67
serves me
batch.
right.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
thanks.
Mr. Kanwal Singh.
Yes, sir.
Sir, introduce, sir, so that people can know you.
Yeah, Kanwal Singh, living in Silicon Valley, California, working for Johnson & Johnson Medical Devices as an engineer here. Been in US since 1987, long time ago. All the time in either electronic industry and for the last 20 years in medical devices.
So have you been with Johnson & Johnson all the time?
No. Just for the last 7 years.
Okay, because in 1995, I built the McNeil plant in Round Rock, Texas. Not built it, but actually upgraded it from Tylenol capsule to Tylenol gel cap.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's like a pharmaceutical side of business,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
and that was McNeil.
I got your batch right, 74, Kanwal Singh, sir?
Yeah, 74, right. Electronics and
my memory is still serving me right.
Yes,
So,
you are right, sir. Yeah.
Let's
I
move
was
on
in
to.
I was in the Mehfil also, so I just
I
switched to this one.
I saw that message popping up.
Right.
We move on to, I think, Sisodia, who's currently in the US with his family. He is based out in Ahmedabad, and he is our anchor at the Mehfil.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Mr. Sisodia, a brief about yourself.
Morning, everyone. What a pleasure to get across to people in US. I'll be on and off to US now. So currently I'm here for maybe another 1 or 2 months. Basically, I'm a civil engineer, and I have been with the India's largest public sector enterprise, Indian Oil Corporation, and I superannuated from there as executive director. And now I am strategic advisor to Cube Highways and two more companies in India. And more than that, I am also enjoying my company with my alumni in Mahfils. So I just finished my turn there in the another one which is going on in India. And so nice to see effort of our Trimurti headed by our very, very dear Harinder. Roger is also there, and Mallaji might join, or he's there. They are doing such a wonderful job. It gives different pleasure of life when you get across to people all over the world. Maybe Harinderji, today is a formal mahfil of probably this meeting of introduction, but I somehow see turning it into some kind of mahfil in US. I don't know how it will transform, but I'll like to contribute wherever, whatever is required.
You've given me the ideas, so I'll come back to you with a solution. So let me welcome, I think, Mr. Kathuria, OP Kathuria, 66 batch.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Jain. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me. It's nice
Brief
to join.
about yourself.
कथुरिया साहब, आप बड़े अच्छे भेजते हैं, अपने बारे में बताइए, कौन से साल में ज्वाइन किया था, क्या डिसिप्लिन था, प्लीज।
I am 66 batch, passed out 71 like you. I was in civil engineering. Used to play cricket for the university, and I was captain of the university lawn tennis team.
Very good. And अभी क्या मैरीलैंड में हैं?
हाँ अभी मैं वर्जीनिया हूँ, एशबर्न, around 50 kilometers from Washington DC.
My brother lives there in Ashburn.
I live with my son.
Yeah, I visit often. I lived in Rockville. I never lived in Rockville, but I was in Rockville involved 3.5 years running USDA program for labs in all over the country or world. Yeah.
Good to know.
Thank you, sir. I think I can see Har Seni from 81 batch around. If you can step in, Seni. You're muted.
Harinder, we have skipped 74 batch.
I'm coming. How the names are popping up on my, I'm just reading.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Salwan, Shubha. We are from the same batch. So I'm from 81 batch, same as Salwan and others. Shubha, I don't know who else is from 81 batch.
I'm there, boss. I'm there.
Hey, Roger, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm good, dear. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm here in California, Silicon Valley. Work here at Google. Here in Bay Area since 90, so quite a while, about 30 plus years.
Good to see you, Sani. Pleasure.
Yeah.
Milte raha karo.
Yeah. So, Shubha, I will be traveling to a road trip to Texas next month. So one of my stop will be in Phoenix. Let's see if we can connect somewhere there.
Yeah, perfect. I will contact you offline. That will be great. Yeah, I will be in Phoenix. Yep.
Where in Texas are you traveling to?
I'm going to Austin.
I live in Austin.
Oh, okay. So, and you are, sir?
Jasani. The Jasani of 83 batch. Ramesh,
okay.
Pleasure to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. So we can connect offline.
Yes.
Okay.
Arinderji, I just forgot to thank Shubha for taking this initiative along with Harinder. So thank you, Shubha. And I'm 75 batch and currently in San Jose.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
so
welcome.
Sisodia, I'm here in San Jose area.
Wow.
So let's connect. Yeah. So I'm in Morgan Hill right now.
All right.
To see if we can meet. So yeah, I don't know how we can get the number. Maybe Harinder, you can help us to give the number.
We'll be there, definitely. Just ping us.
And I may be traveling to Bay Area next month sometime. So,
So if you're coming before 13th, then I will be here. From 13th to 2 weeks, I will be on a road trip to Texas.
Okay. Okay.
So just connect. Yeah, let's connect.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, sure. Welcome.
When you are taking road trip to Texas on I-10, there are gaps of about 200 miles where you don't find any gas station unless you go 20 miles this way or that way. So make sure that you look at your gas tank all the time.
Okay.
So I-10, I have traveled I-10 from Santa Monica to Panama. All of it, because I was in San Antonio. So be careful a little bit. And also there are some places you should not stop, especially where the California and Nevada meet. So be careful. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the tips. Yeah.
He's just done a road trip down to Boston. I was monitoring that. So let's welcome, I think, Ravinder Bhatlaji. He is also in here. 66
everybody,
batch.
and nice to see you.
Yes,
See you all. I think I am, and Raj is my batchmate. So I'm 66.
already.
Yes. Pardon me? 66.
Okay.
I am in 66 batch. I did mechanical. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Carry on.
Okay. Yeah. So I started out here in oil and gas business. And then, oil and gas business is very fickle. It just moves up and down, up and down. So then I switched to electronics and I went to work for Motorola. And I was there 25 years. And we were the first one, my batch, my group actually deployed the first cellular system in Japan. This is a long time ago. So after I retired from Motorola, I went back to oil and gas. And I retired from there, from General Electric. And I'm based in Dallas. So anybody coming to Dallas, come say hi.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome, Lakshmi, 82 batch. Pleasure to see you around.
Yeah, I majored in electronics and communication. So I've been working in EDA industry for the last 25 to 30 years. And currently I'm in Siemens, working for Siemens and based in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, good to see you, Lakshmi.
Yeah, thanks Shubha for arranging this. So yeah, this is my first time. I don't know if you had these meetings before, but yeah, this is my first time.
This is the first one.
Oh, the first one. Okay. Okay. Nice.
Lakshmi, where are you located? Lakshmi, which town are you in?
Leander, suburbs of Austin, northwest of Austin.
Okay, because I spent some time in Siemens in Dallas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was the postal service where they make the mail sorting equipment, plus they also make the baggage handling equipment.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I worked there for a while.
Yeah. So mine actually, I joined Siemens through an acquisition. My original company was Mentor Graphics. Like we are in competition with the EDA tools like Cadence and Synopsys and all those companies. So Mentor acquired this. So now we're called Siemens Digital Software. So.
Have you gone to Buffalo Forge, Illinois yet?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's where all the brain is. And I was with the Siemens people last week. we do some voluntary work of giving scholarships through Skill USA to the students who are not very great with college, but they can be a very good controls technician or welder or carpenter. So we do scholarships for them. And so in Skill USA, he came in from Washington, D.C., and I was here in Virginia Beach, all voluntary.
Wow, that's very interesting. So can you share some information on that with me offline?
Yeah,
Yes.
basically Siemens Sports Skill USA scholarships, as many as about 100. And if we have any way of exchanging emails, I'll send you Gary's email, who is the head of the DC area. And I think he sponsored our Virginia chapter. We are in third year. It was my first year because I'm in Virginia since August last year. So it was my first year to be here, but I was before that involved in Texas. So Skill USA is a nationwide organization where all these schools that are government approved come in and set up the tables to hire, and then some companies like Siemens come in and they hire the interns for being journeyman, a technician, or electrician.
Sure.
So it's a very good program, and it produces. We have. Can others mute, please?
Yeah.
So we have a skill shortage in USA for this type of people, and Siemens supports.
Okay. Can I request, I think, Romesh Jasani?
Well, I was going to request, if you're not talking, can you mute it because we can hear other
Yeah.
As a protocol, Harinderji will also tell, one of the things which we have learned in Mahfil, and we have gone a long way, is that when somebody is speaking, we have to ensure that we are muted. So,
it's a beginning, sir. So we've kept the doors open. So
so if we can mute ourselves, it will make the person who's speaking convey his feelings.
Yeah. Jasani, please.
Oh, okay. My name is Ramesh Jasani.
I can see you clearly.
I joined in '83 Electronics and Communication. I'm in Austin, Texas, which is close to Leander, Lakshmi. And I'm not working. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I've got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old daughters. And I'm enjoying a simple life.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Gururaj Kulkarni, I can see you with your cameras and audio off. Yeah. Welcome.
Yes. So, hi, guys. I'm Gururaj Kulkarni, better known as Kullu in college. I am from the 81 batch, Electronics and Communication. I'm based out of Princeton, New Jersey for the last 25 years. I currently work with TCS, Tata Consultancy, in their cognitive business operations. So that's about me. I live here with my wife and 2 children.
Good. Can I request?
Hi.
Yeah. Yogi Gupta, please. Welcome, Yogi.
हाँ नमस्कार जी. Is it okay मैं हिंदी में बात कर लूँ या you have to speak
Welcome, sir.
मेहरबानी सर. मेरे को जब अपने लोग हैं तो हिंदी में बात करने में थोड़ी सी महफिल में भी मजा आता है और हमारी भी तरन्नुम आ जाती है.
योगी जी आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
मेहरबानी सर. बहुत बहुत. इनफैक्ट आप लोगों के सामने तो मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूँ, लेकिन आप लोग स्वागत कर रहे हैं तो डेफिनेटली अब सिर झुका के पैर छू के आपका धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा. मैं 1984 बैच से 84-88 I was a top of electronics and communication for my batch. After that I was involved. मैं ESPL join किया इंडिया के अंदर. I was the first person to install the supervisory control and data acquisition in Vadodara. Before that मैंने data acquisition system install किया था Vizag steel plant के लिए. I was the site in charge and National Aluminium Company के लिए. So I had very good friends out there. उसके बाद मैंने सेंट्रल कमांड के लिए पूरा कंप्यूटर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑर्गेनाइज किया लखनऊ के अंदर. I was involved in several major infrastructure projects for computerization in North India. उसके बाद मैं जी मेडिकल लाइन मेरा चेंज हो गया. एक्चुअली मैं गया था विप्रो में इंटरव्यू के लिए, वो जी वाले बैठे थे, उन्होंने कहा कि जी आप, उस समय सैलरीज कुछ होती नहीं थी, उन्होंने 5 गुना सैलरी जो हम दे रहे थे वो लेके हमको मार्केट उसमें डाल दिया। तो जी के लिए फिर मैं ऑल इंडिया मार्केटिंग इंचार्ज बन गया था मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट्स के लिए, एंड वी डिड अ वेरी गुड टर्नओवर. I changed the complete direction of marketing for GE. So the current people, if anybody follows Wipro, Vivek Paul, who became the CEO, was a great friend of mine. TK Kurian was the finance guy when I was marketing head. Later on, I became head for Birlas in North India. I was looking after 8 or 9 states of North India. तो वहाँ पे भी मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट्स रादर हमने मेडिकल कॉलेजेस को और काफ़ी ऑल इंडिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेज या और हमारे जो खास दोस्त थे वो हर्ष महाजन वगैरह जो थे, उनके साथ मैंने काफ़ी अच्छी तरह से काम किया है मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट्स में. बट उस समय काम करते करते मेरे को एक एहसास हो गया कि अगर हम मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट्स और इस लेवल पे मैं पहुंच गया हूँ तो बगैर करप्शन के मैं आगे नहीं बढ़ सकूंगा. In fact, I was very well organized. I had a chauffeur-driven car, 3 PMs in my office, 4 workers in my office. I came home, told my wife कि भैया इसको छोड़ना है, तो उसको भी surprise हुआ. Later on, I took SAP and I came to US in 1999, 26 January 1999. I still remember the date. Slowly, I worked myself up. I was SAP solution architect. Some of the things which were first, I was the first person to install the CRM, SAP CRM in India, in US for logistics, San Jose. I was the first person to do SAP XI. If in case that wouldn't have sailed, they would have definitely felt very badly. I was the first person to do SAP APO integration. मैंने बहुत सारी कंपनीज में काम किया एज ए कंसल्टेंट, नेमली कुछ का तो आप लोगों को पता ही होगा, शायर फार्मास्यूटिकल, हबल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, कैपजेमिनी, यूएस डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, स्विस फ्री, फाइजर. तो ये सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स और भी इसके अलावा काफी कंपनीज में मैंने काम किया. लेटर ऑन मैं अपना बिजनेस भी करने लगा था पैरेलली. इनफैक्ट 2007 में मैंने बिजनेस एंगल दिया जबकि मैं इन्वेस्टमेंट करने लगा रियल एस्टेट में और रेस्टोरेंट्स में भी इन्वेस्टमेंट किया. इनफैक्ट इट वेंट इन अक्रॉस वेरी गुड. Whole Foods wanted to tie up with me. Unfortunately, I wasn't also exempted by the crash in 2007 जो हुआ था 8-9 का. तो in 2014 I came out with $2 million in debt on me. Again, corporate world में जाके हम काम करने लगे. But from 2019, now I'm an investor. I am a real estate broker in both the states of Kansas and Missouri. I am a strategic planning officer for the state of Missouri. I am global business counsel in the state of Missouri and Kansas. I am Kansas state legislative liaison officer for the state of Kansas. I am on the lobby group for state of Kansas and Missouri. And I am associated with several other corporations and organizations. I operate 4 or 5 companies. Most of them are in real estate. We do construction, we do syndication, we do property management, we do a whole bunch of other activities related to real estate, which involve pertaining to funding of the properties and other things. I also do SEC. I am also SEC Security and Exchange Commission certified, which gives me an ability that I can source funds and all these kind of things. I'm also trying to work around, since I was always in IT, I was a SQL DBA and other things. So I'm trying to set up some new technologies and disrupting technologies in IT. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very exhaustive experience that you carry with you.
Yogi ji, you did not make first time 5 times salary. I went from PWD BNR after kicking out the home minister from my office to EPI, and my salary went up from $760 to $3,600 rupees. I mean, at that time. And in creating first of kind projects, I have worked on Air Force One 747. That was just repeated 4 times. And I have done the validation of B1B surface, which is radar absorbing surface and radar absorbing materials. And basically I can count like 70 or 80 firsts And it was also Larsen and Toubro was first time beaten at the Hindustan Zinc Limited project for about $60 million project. And they went back and complained that, hey, Kapoor is because Mr. Kapoor over there was also CEO, that Raj is related to him. We had no relationship. I even did not know CEO's name. So we have something in common. However, I never filed bankruptcy and I'm not into the money. And I have grown two very responsible citizens in USA. Both went to Cambridge School and they are doing well. Thank you.
सर मैं आपके जितना कंपैरिजन में तो कभी भी नहीं आ पाऊंगा, लेकिन हाँ थोड़ा सा ये चीज कह सकता हूँ कि 1985 में और 1986 में मैंने हिंदी वर्ड जनरेटर बनाया था। उस समय कंप्यूटर्स की लैंग्वेजेस भी वो फोर्ट्रॉन से हम पंच कर करके कार्ड्स लाया करते थे। तो मेरा जो फाइनल ईयर का प्रोजेक्ट था 86-87 में वो हिंदी वर्ड जनरेटर था कि हाउ कैन वी जनरेट द हिंदी दिस थिंग। तभी मैं गया था। तो विवेक अत्रे करके काफी अच्छा आईएएस ऑफिसर हुआ है, एंड इज अ गुड फ्रेंड भाई। उसने कहा कि मैंने उसी प्रोजेक्ट को लेके काफी अच्छी आईटी की डेवलपमेंट की है। और सर बैंक्रप्सी तो मेरे को बैंकर्स ने कभी आके कहा था भैया तुम बैंक्रप्सी फाइल कर रहे हो क्या, $2 मिलियन लोन। मैंने कहा नहीं भैया क्यों करनी है, मेहनत करते हैं। तो कुछ तो सर आप लोगों की सीख सिखाई हुई हमारे पास अभी भी है।
Now that,
बहुत impressive योगी जी, very nice.
We are proud of you, and that is a tool that one should use. There's nothing wrong in it. You have a SEC recognition now, certification that recognizes you. Those things are over now. However, it's very good that you continue with that courage and challenge. We should use the tools all available, and you have used it, and that shows significant knowledge of the system. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So can I request Manish Kishore, 88 batch?
Yes, namaskar, everyone, my respect, goes to all. So in brief, I am from, 88 batch, 88 to 92 mechanical. I worked in the various, industries in India, mainly, IPCL and sometime in the merchant, Navy, Navy, but I didn't, like that job, and I kind of, shifted to, software world, and since then I have been working with, Accenture, consulting, and back in 2003 I came to Minneapolis, and since then I joined Boston Scientific corporation, where I heard some of the seniors here who has worked in the medical device industry, so I did work on the cardiac devices and all, and then I have living in Austin Texas, and good to know that Mr. Raminder Batlaji, Lakshmi ji, and Mr. Ramesh Desani are living in the Leander and in the nearby areas, so would love to meet sometime and be the part of the Texas chapter. And currently I'm a senior program manager working managing the department of veteran affairs PMO program, but I'm not full-time employee, but I'm working through a consulting company there, managing all the PMO activities. But definitely I'm here to learn some wise and wisdom which is free here, and my interest also goes in the financial market and the real estate. So I'm just here to meet the seniors and get some good knowledge. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manish. And I think we can have a get together in Texas very soon.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah,
thanks, Shubha.
I get the youngest baby, I think Sachin Chaudhary, 2010 batch here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I was listening to all the introductions, and you all are very senior to me. I graduated from NIT Kurukshetra in 2014, and then I joined Suzuki R&D as assistant manager, where I was involved in chassis design for Ciaz. I worked there for 2 years after the launch of Ciaz, and I moved to Disneyland, Universal Studios, working offsite from Chandigarh. for 2 years again, and then I moved to US for masters in Missouri. So as Yogi sir is in Kansas, so it's relatable there. I was for 3 years in Missouri doing research in additive manufacturing for Department of Energy. It was fully funded, and then I got a job in Michigan. Right now I'm in Michigan, and I'm with this company with ESOP, employee stock ownership program, and we are setting up a facility which we are going to manufacture some induction equipments and a couple of other products with me and the owner. Been here for a couple of months now. That's pretty much about me.
Thank you, Sachin. I think I've covered most of the people who are here, and except somebody who's on a voice call, I think as per my information, should be Surinder Singh Chauhan, because he said he will connect on an audio device. So I request Roger to step in and give a short brief about what all RECNITKA does and what we are all about. Roger, can we have you?
Yeah, thank you, Harinder. Lovely to listen to everybody. I mean, it's really eye-opener for me. हमारे सीनियर, जैसे योगी ने बोला हिंदी में बोलना चाहिए, हमारे इतने सीनियर इतना अच्छा काम यूएस में कर रहे हैं. आई एम रियली मेगा इम्प्रेस्ड विद एवरीबॉडी. आई मीन टू गुड. एंड हम लोगों ने इन RECNITKA, आई थिंक यू गाइस मस्ट बी नोइंग, वी आर डूइंग अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क टू आवर बेसिक ग्राउंड वर्क इज टू जॉइन आवर alumni all over the world. ये हमारा एक बेसिक वर्क है, एंड वी हैव अ बेसिक मैंडेट to help out all the alumni, especially who are in distress or their families in distress. That is what we've been doing for last so many years. And me, Harinder and Malla, we've been together. And apart from this, we run our महफिल, ऐसे सोडिया सर ने आपको बताया, जो कि 100th महफिल हमारी next month में है. Now this endeavor which Harinder started, and with Shubha, of course. Shubha, hi. So, which we have started here. Are you, Shubha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So this endeavor is basically to know what all we guys are doing in US and how we can take it forward as a group, because we are a family. Records will be a family all the time. So हमारा basic funda ये है कि we guys should help each other in every way, whichever way possible, so that we can groom as a family together. There is a lot of opportunity. India is growing like at massive rate. We have a lot of opportunity. I've been an entrepreneur right from the beginning. I started my work from scratch. We are doing a lot of things, which I am looking for technologies abroad. And yeah, that's about it. RECNITKA, I think. Harinder, anything else you need to add? In short, it's for the alumni, to the alumni, and of the alumni. Yeah,
that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, कुछ साल पहले when I was visiting India, I met Harinder Sawan, talked to you, Roger, and met other folks from our batch. And that time I came to know कि RECNITKA क्या कर रही है, and I was very impressed with the initiatives they have in place. They had put in a lot of initiatives in बाकी के दूसरे alumni, उनकी families को help करना, people who needed help at times when they really needed it, and also they have some non-profit initiatives going on. So I was very impressed with what they have done. So when I talked to them, I said that okay, US में if I can help anything, help in any way, then I will be really happy to do that. So, but as I said, that in तीनों ने, Harinder, Roger, and Malla ने, they don't mention all the things they have done, but they have done a lot of good things for alumni in India अभी तक. So, just wanted my 2 cents to add to what Roger was too humble to mention about the efforts they have put in.
I would like to confess something. This is the most I've heard Shubha spoke. You know, college में तो ये एक word नहीं बोलती थी. अभी तो she's learned how to speak. Good, Shubha. I'm happy. Okay, sorry guys.
So,
Yeah.
It's good to hear all alumni discuss openly. मैं भी हिंदी में बोलूँगा. के पास मैंने अभी एक भेजा था जो कि दुर्गापुर, मेरा भतीजा जो है वो दिल्ली में है, तो उन्होंने यहाँ यूएसए में अपनी 5 whatever टैक्स फ्री एसोसिएशन शुरू करी है. तो प्लीज शुभा और योगी और somebody start something like that. हमारे 66 बैच ने थोड़े से पैसे इकट्ठे किए थे, 4 स्कॉलरशिप करी हैं. एज ए एलुमनाई हम एक दूसरे को हेल्प करें, पर हम अपनी इंस्टीट्यूशन को भी हेल्प करें. तो उसके लिए एक अगर नॉन प्रॉफिट यूएस में बना सकते हो, इट्स ऑन लाइन्स विद व्हाट दे हैव डन इट. और एक और चीज है जो कि मैं विवेकानंद मिशन मेमोरियल को पिछले 30 साल से हेल्प कर रहा हूं. उस तरह की कोई एसोसिएशन आप इंडिया में बना सकते हैं वेयर इट गोज थ्रू एसबीआई. तो आई थिंक कॉलेज विल बी मच इन बेटर फुटिंग. एंड एक टाइम मैंने लिखा था मिस्टर चन्ना को,
पंकज चान्ना,
हाँ, उनको लिखा था कि अगर हार्वर्ड की $1 billion में अगर वो हो सकती है, तो why can't we have in crores, you know, and we should do something for our school. Thank you.
Yeah, Raj Kapoor ji, exactly what my thoughts. किसी भी स्कूल के alumni, they are the one, they can make the school stronger. So as you said, Harvard and all these schools, they have really strong alumni base. और हमारे तो हजारों alumni हैं. So in fact, what you said, so इस meeting में, that's what we want to do. We want to discuss, brainstorm what type of initiatives we can have. And once we have some clarity about what type of initiatives we have, then that is also we will evaluate, we will explore. आप जो बोल रहे 501c3 organization set करने का, because for that we need to have very clear-cut idea what type of non-profit initiatives we'll have. So that is a great idea. And before we jump to the discussion about ideas, I thought I'm just looking at the list. I think Alok ji, 74 batch, I don't think we have, you have introduced yet, and we didn't. So can you please introduce yourself? Alok Bharadwaj ji?
Yeah, sure. You can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I was just waiting for my turn. And apologize for my throat. I'm nursing a little cold. So I work for General Dynamics, and I live in Atlanta, and currently managing North Carolina's Medicaid program. I came to the US in 81 after I finished my MBA in Chandigarh. After doing my finishing the engineering in 79, then I went to Chandigarh, Punjab University, completed my MBA from there, and then I came to the US through a company called TBL. I don't know if any of you remember that company. It's long been consumed by or merged into TCS. So it was one of the early Tata Burroughs Limited. It was one.
Yes. Remember that, Tata Burroughs.
So that's how I came to the US back in 81. And since then have been in consulting most of my life. Worked for a company called CSC, and then that company, through a series of acquisitions, and has ended up becoming a part of General Dynamics. And live in Atlanta, and met Shubha a few months ago, and thought this was a great initiative she had undertaken. So I'm so glad to be on this call. In fact, I heard one of my batchmates earlier, Kamal Singh. I think he's gone now. He was my classmate, actually. He was in the same discipline, electronics and communication. So it's very exciting to hear some really old friends and their voices again. Look forward to connecting with you all. Thank you.
सर एक क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता हूँ आपसे?
बिल्कुल पूछिए।
सर आपने शुरू में कहा कि मेरे को माफ करना, मेरा गला खराब है। क्या सर आप इससे अच्छा क्या बोलेंगे? गाना गाते हैं क्या सर आप? मतलब इससे अच्छा तो हम तो सोच ही नहीं सकते कि कोई इतनी अच्छी आवाज में बोल सकता है। आपने पहली बार ही कहा के गले को माफ कर दो, तो हमको तो नर्वस होके बात करनी पड़ेगी।
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, for Atlanta residents, Atlanta में हमारा ASHRAE का headquarter है. मैं life member, and next summer हमारी वहाँ meeting होगी. So I will be definitely joining that. In addition to that, I also come there once a while. And one of my nephews also is in Atlanta. He is in college right now doing his master's.
Lovely to hear that, sir. I'm also a member of ASHRAE.
Oh, good. Nice to know you. And basically, I've been 33 years. And
Lovely.
yeah, come sometimes. Why don't
I'm
you?
like 30 years.
Yeah,
ASHRAE member.
I have been asking Dushyant Nagpal to come. I meet your ISHRI president every year. So come sometime, please visit. Maybe come to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta. That will be easy. And dates are already fixed. The hotel is already fixed. So, and then see our headquarter, which is net zero. And we all helped that headquarter. There was a lot of contributions. They were raised money from every city and every chapter. Thank you. Glad to know that you are a member of ASHRAE.
Lovely. Same here, sir. Likewise.
I can see some two raised hands. I think
Yes,
Ravindra Bhatlaji
yes,
and Sachin. Yeah, Bhatlaji.
Harinder, you know, I told you about my college days and my working career and all that, but that's not what I am today. That's past. What am I today? I have never told you, and I'm going to tell you. Because I'm seeing a lot of people and they should know who I am today. After retiring and all, I've completely stepped away from my academics and all the technology and all the research and all the directorship I did and all that. I'm a totally different, I'm in a very different stratosphere. I make movies. I'm trying to write written scripts for Bollywood. And I got into music, which now you guys know in the Mehfil that I sing regularly. So I just want to let you know that that's what I'm doing. I had a script for Krish that I wrote. And when it went up to Ritik's dad, who's Rakesh Roshan, had a lot of meetings with him. And unfortunately, it didn't come to fruition because Rakesh Roshan has a lot of ideas of his own. He writes his own thing. And to get into his mind without even meeting him was very difficult. And I felt like what I wrote was specifically for that movie, you know, and it didn't give me a chance to go to somewhere else. So now there's another project that's almost complete, and the songs are done, script is done. Looking to cast people, but you know, it's very hard to break into Bollywood. So that's why I'm up to.
You need not worry, sir. Need not worry, sir. RECNITKA will be your sponsor and host and distributor for this.
Thank you.
We lot of alumni in that domain working, so we can always use the resources.
I would like those contacts because it helps to get some. You know, you're trying to get into a field that's not yours, and they treat you as outsider, and they say, you know, regardless of what you know and what you can do, you can't come in. So it's very hard. But anyway, I've written 2 books. One is Things My Dad Didn't Teach Me. And that book went all the way up to Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Melania Trump. They wrote back to me. It's a book about family values. And I think I've shared a copy with Kurukshetra and some other folks. So I've written a book. Another book I wrote that was back in my working career about how to improve quality. So I have that writership tendencies and so-called skill. I'm not going to write any more technical books, but that's something I really enjoy. So just for you to know, सिसोदिया जी, मैं आपके लिए कुछ कहना चाहूंगा.
बताइए सर.
100th महफिल आ रही है और मेरा बहुत वो था कि मैं कुछ करूं, सिर्फ गाऊं नहीं कुछ और भी करूं, पर वो मैं इंडिया में नहीं हूं तो वो मुश्किल है. But I like your song, so I'm addressing you.
बाटला साहब, आपके लिए दो एक चीजें, अगर आप इस चीज के अंदर थोड़ा सा रुझान हो, if you are interested in that area, मैं इस समय इंडिया जब गया था, I met a very famous movie producer and director. He is from Israel. अगर वो इंडिया के अंदर इस्टेब्लिश होना चाह रहा है, लेकिन उसको बॉलीवुड की जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं और सारी चीजें हैं उसको काफी आर्टिफिशियल लग रही हैं. कोशिश वो कर रहा है कि मैं किसी तरह से रियलिटी इंडिया की, मतलब नॉट इन द सेंस कि वो एक तरह से सोशल फिल्म आए, बट समथिंग विच इज पर्टेनिंग टू इंडिया, वो करे. सेकंड थिंग, एक और है, आपने रविंद्र जैन जी का नाम सुना होगा. रविंद्र जैन जी की कोविड में डेथ हो गई थी. उनका जो कंप्लीट क्रू है, रविंद्र जैन जी अंधे थे, उनकी आईसाइट नहीं थी, आप लोगों को सबको विदित होगा. तो उनका जो कंप्लीट क्रू है इस समय किसी काम की तलाश में है. उनका जो सीनियर और हेड म्यूजिक कंपोजर था वो मेरी संपर्क में है. अगर आप चाहें तो मैं उनसे आपकी एक बार मुलाकात या तारुफ आपका करा सकता हूँ. फर्दर आप उनसे जैसे बात करना चाहें कर लें.
जी आप मुझे अपनी ईमेल, लेट्स कनेक्ट ऑफलाइन. ये जो आपके इजराइल के प्रोड्यूसर या डायरेक्टर हैं, उनके लिए मेरा जो प्रोडक्ट है वो रेडीमेड है. ऑल सेट. मैंने इवन सिलेक्ट कर लिया है कि मैं किसको कास्ट करना चाहूँगा. तो वो बॉलीवुड का, ये जो स्टोरी मैंने लिखी है ये मेरी अपनी क्रिएशन है. ये मैंने कहीं से कॉपी या ऐसे वो नहीं है, बिल्कुल मेरी अपनी क्रिएशन है. और मैं बहुत, दिस इज माय बिगेस्ट डिजायर टू प्रोड्यूस इट, मेक ए मूवी, डायरेक्ट इट. सो आप अगर मुझे उनसे कनेक्ट कराएं तो मे बी वी कैन, यू नो.
जी जी बिल्कुल, आप कमाल है. सब आपकी रिक्वेस्ट करने के लिए तो हमको एक तरह से, आप रिक्वेस्ट करें तो हमको शर्म आएगी, आप तो ऑर्डर दीजिए. लेकिन एक चीज है कि lifeart.org है, lifeart.org. ये एक बार आप देख लीजिएगा. ये उससे आपको थोड़ा सा अंदाजा हो जाएगा कि किस तरह की मूवी प्रोडक्शन वगैरह करते हैं. रैन मोर उसके सीईओ फाउंडर सब कुछ हैं. तो मैं डेफिनेटली उनसे आपका संपर्क करा दूंगा. मैं अपना फोन नंबर टेक्स्ट में डाल देता हूँ. मैं ईमेल बहुत ज्यादा चेक नहीं करता हूँ सर, तो अगर आप मेरे को टेक्स्ट कर दें तो मेरे लिए बहुत आसान हो जाएगा. थैंक यू सर.
Atlas sir, आप क्या बोल रहे थे? You written a story or you want to produce and direct also?
I've written a story. They want to buy my story, and I say I will not give you my story. I want to direct it. They say take X number of lakhs and you're out. We will do whatever. I said no. This is my product. I am going to direct it. So वो बड़ा मुश्किल है because.
So is it an Indian story, sir? Is it an Indian story?
It's Bollywood product.
Okay.
I want to cast actual Amitabh Bachchan, but वो बहुत महंगे हैं थोड़ा. But मेरे पास और ideas हैं. But it's a Bollywood story.
Okay. I do happen to know somebody who sings for Bollywood, so I'm sure he'll be able to help. मैं बात करके then I'll get back to you on that. I have your number.
Very good.
Yes, sure.
And good to see so many engineers with artistic background. It's good to see that the artist and the engineer combination. So हमारे जो participants हैं, कोई रह गया अभी तक जिसने introduce नहीं किया?
I think सारे हो चुके हैं मेरे ख्याल से.
Okay.
I think some Yogesh has come in now.
So Muchuke, sir?
Hello, I
Yeah.
had joined in very late. My name is Yogesh Virmani. I am 89 to 93 batch of REC, and I am based out of San Jose, California. As a profession, I run my software consulting and staffing organization here. And nice to meet you all. Most of you guys, I've seen you some messages in the other WhatsApp group, but interacting with you guys for the first time. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Yogesh. Pleasure to see you around.
Harinder, Mr. Sachin's hand is raised for quite some time. I think we should listen to him.
Yes, Sachin.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to ask right now the entrepreneur alumni to share their, for me and for the students, because this is being live streamed. So what are the challenges breaking into starting and sustaining and marketing? So if you can give us a broad but critical view of what's your overall experience, because I see a lot of entrepreneurs here and I'm just thrilled about listening from you.
Sachin, I'm going to start.
Sure,
in India, if somebody comes that hey, they want to do work for you, we'll give them a tool and let him go and do the work. But in America, if you want to say, I want to do work for this thing, they will say, where is your certification? Where is your certificate? So if you are an engineer, you look at what we call engineer intern training, EIT, or they call facilities test. You do that as soon as possible. A lot of people do it during their final year of graduation. Number one. Number two, after 4 years, you work under somebody, you can go for professional engineering registration. I came in this country in 1978. I was mentored by somebody, and I was a PE in 1981. And when now I tell people that I have been a PE for 41 years, they fall from the face. There are less than probably 100 engineers who are practicing engineers with the 41-year experience. So that's number one thing. Remember, no matter what, you go into software world, you can do PMP. So some kind of a certification should be on the goal of every student who comes from REC India to USA, and they can seek the mentor in that line. I will stop here and let others give you some suggestions.
Thank you, sir.
नहीं, अगर PMP की कोई जरूरत पड़ती है, so just let me know. I'm PMP certified, Scrum certified. तो सॉफ्टवेयर में मैं था, so I'm Scrum Master, PMP. तो अगर कोई जरूरत पड़ती है सर, तो मुझे बता दीजिए.
No, basically, let's give the right advice. PMI, Project Management Institute, is out of Denver. They have 3 levels. They give the courses. We cannot use somebody else's PMP in our growth. So I have a PMP. I don't even mention it because this was given by URS through PMI. I have at least 17 different certifications, like BCXP is current because I need it right now. So I keep my registrations in line with what I am trying to do consulting with. I do not want to go to the sites no more, although I just visited 2 weeks back and saw the mini castle of Asija and Dr. Asija. Our, I think he
86
is,
batch. 86
yeah,
batch.
86 batch. I met him. We had tea, and they called it, like a middle, but to me it was more than a dinner because my dinner is always light. So, and he has a spacious palace. Like I have never seen an indoor pool cover because indoor pool is covered, and his indoor pool was covered. I think 11 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, and some things like that with sports complex inside. So it's beautiful. Now I have seen big houses, And like he is thinking of, I have put elevator inside somebody's doctor's house whose parents came in Longview, Texas, back in 1992 or 93. So those kind of things are possible in this country, but you do not use anybody else's certification. I'm not going to say, oh, I am PE. If you need help, come in. Yeah, I will help you. But there's a rule and there's a law. You have to have all the work done under your supervision before you can stamp the drawing, or you have to check everything, calculations, site, everything else before you stamp the site. Otherwise, it's paper trading and it's illegal. So
Sir,
just
let me just try to, I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. ऐसा है कि हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे एक ट्रेनिंग का वो कर रखा है. हमारे पास तकरीबन at least we have trained at least 45-50 PMP graduates, PMPs. So we train them with PM book and all that kind of a thing. तो मैं उस एंगल से कह रहा था, sir. And I have been
I guess the
district
question
officer
was,
also.
I guess his question was something else, right? He was more asking about entrepreneurship. How did you start, and what were the
So that's what was his
challenges faced,
question. नहीं, मैंने गलती मैं अपने आप को क्लैरिफाई करना चाह रहा हूँ. शायद कपूर साहब को ये लगा कि मैं अपना PMP सर्टिफिकेट किसी को देना चाह रहा हूँ. तो ऐसा नहीं है सर. मैं सिर्फ ये कह रहा था कि किसी को कोई हेल्प चाहिए हो PMP में पास करने के लिए, तो मैं हेल्प कर सकता.
Right. So you should have said that, hey, we train for PMP exams and we can help you with that. And that's very good, Yogi. That's very good.
जी सर, sorry about that. मैं clarify इसीलिए करना चाहा कि कहीं गलती से गलत ना हो जाए. Sorry sir.
That's good. No problem.
Yeah. So to Sachin, your question about entrepreneurship. So I think there are a lot of entrepreneurs in this group.
Yeah.
So maybe we can have a separate session. We can, after this, in fact, that was the reason we are having this meeting, that brainstorm different initiatives that we can start. So this entrepreneurship is a good
Okay,
topic.
I listen to you. I hear you, and we will discuss about entrepreneurship. So second idea was that this in NIT Kurukshetra, I have seen when I was there, I always felt, and once I stepped out, I always felt that this 4 years could be utilized much more effectively. And in the curriculum, there should be some place for, not some place, but a large place for training to be an entrepreneur. Like people should have enough clarity by the 4th year or 3rd year that they can step out as a full time, and it's important because when they are young and they can handle a lot of responsibilities in making an organization and sustaining it. So in that direction, I was writing that initiative.
Yeah. So
Sachin, can I butt in please for 1 second?
Yeah.
Sachin, there is something called opportunity, and it is inversely proportional to risk. So that is, if you are ready to take risk in your life, you are an entrepreneur. Otherwise, you can never become.
Yeah.
There is no course. Let me finish, please, boss. There is no course which will make you an entrepreneur.
No,
you will fail on your face.
I hear you.
It should come within you. I've got experience of so much. Harinder is sitting here. I'll give you a very small example. When both of us were very young, he was doing a job in a company. I coaxed him. Abhe tu kuch kar le, apna kar le. And one day he had to just shrug his job and start. Harinder, you remember? And today he's a beautiful entrepreneur, software, and in Bombay he's known for his work. You know what happens? You have to start. You have to just start. You will end up as an entrepreneur.
In starting, there's something called organized and there's something called non-organized. So most of India's industry is non-organized. So in US, I see there's an organization for entrepreneurs in US, and when you are, and also when after hearing you, if I say something, I will say that obviously some people they just start, but when you are trained for mechanical engineering, 10% succeed, 20% succeed in varying amounts. But when they're going to be introduced to entrepreneurship, not only as a course, but to implement it in their projects, how much clarity they gain once they are doing that project. The clarity, because once you are an entrepreneur also, you fail so much. So many people fail. but we are preparing them to succeed in that. And that's the greatest service. I guess that's the greatest service there.
God bless you.
Rajar and Sachin, you both are right. When I got out of college, I had a Tecamec corporation. Although I got selected the day my result came in by Bias Seclus Link. So that 1 month of the break, I had started Tecamec Corporation because somebody across from me used to have a diesel engine factory while my dad was a clothing merchant. Number two, when I came in here, and I'm not going to complain to Sisodia, Indian Oil Company liked my application, got me interview. I wanted to distribute the what we call gasoline cylinders. But somebody rich got in, my parents were not that rich. So basically we could not find a proper place to start that agency.
Exactly, that is what I'm seeing here.
Now, listen, let me. And the third project that I did, and where I made money, we had a real, what is that, your best Ashoka Hotel. They had a very limited space for coal, and they were getting coal that had a lot of what we call is a small size coal that cannot be used in the furnace. So I told them that, hey, I can provide you coal which will not have anything minus 3/4 inch. And I told that, and then the existing coal supplier came to me and he bought that tender from me. And I was all the time working. I was working at Engineering Projects India Limited.
That is what is entrepreneurship. Yes.
I am kids of refugees, where 6 of us lived in 1-bedroom house. When we moved to Delhi from Allahabad, we had a 6-bedroom house. So entrepreneurship comes there. But Sachin is also right that we can show those tools to our, just like I said, go for some kind of a certification. We can also give the ideas, if you go in India, don't use the word rubber. And you go to US, don't use the word rubber. You got to do something different. And I have done a Hindustan latex project. So you talk of the firsts. We took a Japanese machine where they had made the next generation, which was dry process and it was wet process. Government of India had asked for $100 million grant from UNFPA that they got. But by that time they went to implement it, which was 4 years later, machine had already become dry process and the price has gone up 4%, 4 times, 400%. And production had gone 300%. However, our consultant UNFPA will not accept 2 machines instead of 4 machines. We would have lost that grant. So Mohammed Fajal, who was CEO of our EPI, asked me, Raj, what we can do. I said, why can't we get the old machines drawings and produce that in India? And that's exactly what we did. And our project was $95 million instead of $105 million, $100 million. And the health department secretary got appointment in UNFPA because that was the only project in UNFPA's history that came under budget. And we refunded $5 million. So we can teach these skills. We can discuss these things. Now, I don't tell myself, but if I listen to my MBA professor, I have been CEO of 3 companies. I have reported directly to CEOs of 5 different companies. I have $1.7 billion largest business-to-business contract in which I started as a consultant with $10,000 study and beat the heck out of Bechtel.
Yeah.
In EPI, I was in charge for that $60 million tender, and I beat the Larsen Tobro. So you have to have, and we went in what we used to be TRF, Tata Robinson Fraser. Robinson Fraser was a French company. So these skills, you are right, Roger, you have to take your chance.
Yeah.
Like I said, I never loved money.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. In 8th grade, I was teaching 6th grade.
Money is byproduct, I believe.
Yeah. So I was in 8th grade. I was teaching 6th grade kids because their father had
Yes.
died a year back. I
We
did
make
not
money.
charge them
Yes.
tuition. I did not charge them tuition. My mom wanted. We needed money, but I said no. This is voluntary. So again,
Exactly.
you both are right, and we should do this. I'm sorry.
What I meant, Sachin, what I meant, Sachin, was very different. What I basically meant was that entrepreneurship comes when you are a kid, as Rajji just very rightly said. As a kid, you will probably want to sell newspapers. It's not in India. US की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. India में आप ऐसा कुछ करते हो, you make money. You know, like US में क्या होता है? Kids क्या करते हैं? They clean someone's eyes. You know, the snow which comes in, and they clean the backyard. They mow the lawn. ये बहुत कॉमन है यूएस में. इंडिया में ये सब नहीं. इंडिया में डिफरेंट तरह के काम है. वो मतलब बेसिकली क्या है? यू आर ऑलवेज सीइंग अपॉर्चुनिटी इन व्हाटएवर यू आर डूइंग. दैट इज द बेसिक ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. इसके बाद में आप सीख लो कैसे करना है, व्हाट आर योर सर्टिफिकेट्स, हाउ टू डू इट राइट, हाउ टू डू इट रॉन्ग, वो सब चलता है. बट हाउ टू मेक मनी हैज टू कम फ्रॉम विद इन. That's all I wanted.
I will just add for 30 seconds. First of all, Raj Kapoor Saab ka thank you. He got very sentimental. And one thing I want to say, the things which he shared, that he worked very hard. And nowadays we need to not only work harder, but we need to work smarter. So that's first point. Secondly, for Sachin, your suggestion of entrepreneurship, particularly for engineers, is a good suggestion, and probably as a curriculum, some part, if it can be there, it can be very, very useful. But in the same breath, I want to tell you that you need to set your goal, you need to set your target. If you identify some industry or some business which you want to set up as an entrepreneur, my advice would be that you have to get hands-on to this. And generally for a fresh engineering graduate or student, it's always better to gain that experience by undertaking some job somewhere in the same industry. Learn that, and then go to maybe formal education in entrepreneurship, or as Rajji said, by your experience, try and climb the ladders of the entrepreneurship. That's my take.
Well, everybody, I'm sorry, I said I will not speak. Read the book, The Good Earth.
Okay.
Instead of teaching in our college the book Withering Height, which is good, read the book The Good Earth. And my daughter says that a poor person becomes hardworking person, entrepreneur. His kids become professional. Their kids become musicians.
Right. Absolutely right. Third generation.
I will also give you an example, Sachin, for you.
I just want to redirect a little bit my discussion, because I think you have got me wrong here in a couple of aspects. First of all, what Rogers has said, I agree. What he said, because we need to take risks. And then again, Raj sir gave a very vivid, and he has done that. But we have to see that we have to make sure there's a difference. We make a difference. And then I have seen in my college, I don't have a lot of experience, but I'm only talking to make a difference, whether we have a lot of experience or not. I'm only talking to make a lot of difference, and obviously everybody's, whatever suggestion is there, but it's not only suggestion. I request you all to have a vision, and you already have for different things, and much vivid vision and much practical vision. But I'm talking about in the context of NIT Kurukshetra or the engineering colleges in India. So one thing is this: I saw startups in my college in Missouri SMT. They successfully launched it, and they are operating right now. And then I saw, when I started working in here and with other companies while I was in masters, I saw that the engineers who are working are doing everything, and there's nothing else which is stopping me or them from being an engineer, from being an entrepreneur. The only thing is the investment. The skill is there, everything is there. the investment. And why I have got this to after passing out from the college 8 years, still thinking about, like, some people, very few percent have started, and we would like them to orient them like that, and it will come from within if we have an environment like that. It will come. I will echo all those points what you have said. I'm not echoing. I'm echoing all those points. But when it starts from within, there has to be a soil, the environment for enabling that. And in curriculum, I don't see curriculum anything practical only in book. When I was working in Missouri SNT, we were executing a Department of Energy project, and the curriculum was very practical. We are delivering the 5th generation or the Z generation components to the Department of Energy. So in that context, we have to employ the students in that aspect, and we have to make them execute the building of a product and marketing it and getting the customers. And so whatever extent they go, it's their success. But in that context, I wanted to say that, and they will have a larger clarity. It's simple, and it's not whatever level it goes, it's up to them. But that is about what my vision. And the basic, the overall perspective is this: that once we have more entrepreneurs, because I see that there is another ruling class in elsewhere country. Why not in India? Because that we lack initiative. We lack a lot of entrepreneurs there still. And if we have entrepreneurs, we will become the builders of equipment, and we are not employed and brain drained, all those things, which is happening. And I am seeing that they are just employing us, and a lot of companies, and that's the employer, but employing us, but the very employees can start. Yeah, that's all.
Yes, Sachin, to your point that in school, we need to have the incentives and the help when students want to start something. And in fact, in one of our few meetings, the RECNITKA board, we had discussed this, that what can we do? So, I mean, if you have any ideas, put forward those ideas, because we had discussed that students, that there's a difference. Like here, colleges, MIT and all these colleges, students, they think about what to start. Whereas in NIT, REC, majority of us never had that opportunity. And of course, it's environment also. People who had exposure to business building, families, they had that thinking, whereas majority of others who never had exposure to that business building area, they could not even think, though they may be entrepreneurs at heart. I mean, for example, I'm an entrepreneur now, but that time I didn't have that. I had background that was just people who were working, service background. So I understand what you're saying. Though what we have to do is we need to put in place a system in the sense that, okay, some students, they want to start something, those ideas, they need to have business plan. If the school has a system, anyone who can help them. If not, we need to put together some alumni or someone else who can train them in writing a business plan. And then that business, from there, they should be able to present the business plan, get out feedback, and of course, getting money. The schools here have large endowments, so that really helps them. Now, REC NIT does not have those type of endowments. It's a government school, but that's where alumni come into picture. For all you know, there will be ideas that some of the alumni will be interested in that, so they can help them. So of course, so it's a question of we'll have to bring those
in that formalizing that. Just yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, 1 second. Very good idea, both of you, Shubha and Sachin. In US, when they give college admissions, they look for the volunteer work, number one. Number two, in our college, we had a 2-summer internship. Now, some of us abused it. I went to Mumbai, but even when I went to Mumbai in summer, I selected a good company called Mahindra and Mahindra. And I got certain ideas there. So those internships were lined. And why I got my first internship in forging, because I challenged my vibrations course professor in class that you are teaching me so many equations, where will I use it? He could not explain it to me. He was MIT graduate. He was the person who had never seen a field or in a factory. But he was very good at what he did, and he was teaching us. And I just walked out of his office, school class that, hey, if I can't use it and you can't tell me where to use it, why should I take this course? And he reported me to our PDS Verma chief, his boss, Dean. And Dean said, okay, you want to know where we use vibration? You are going to go to forging plant in summer for internship. You know, in heat, in forging plant in summer, it's like a punishment, but I got something out of it. I have done Norris Cylinders plant here, and I have put in forging hammers for them. And I also learned the vibration that I use in Air Force One design. So question is not, how do we make somebody entrepreneur? Look for volunteers. Dedicate your couple of summers in college, before college. Go work in where you have the intuition for what you want to do in your life. My biggest encouragement was my across the street guy who was home every day at 6 o'clock. He owned the factory. And I used to sometimes eat dinner with them, while my dad, who was a clothier, will not come home till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. We never sat down and ate dinner together, except on Sunday morning when we went to the roof. So cutting down short, that those kind of things can be introduced in regional engineering college, Kurukshetra or NIT now, where you look for these volunteer characteristics. And Shubha is very right. If we are giving a kid an assignment, like my daughter, when she wanted from Harvard to go to India, there was a scholarship, $3,200 available for her. Of course, India did the nuclear bomb test. They said, oh, she cannot go to India no more. US citizens were not allowed. So we put her through what we call a Spanish language course, speaking course fast. She had done high school, which is very minimal. And then she went to Guatemala. And then how she paid back, got the black and white pictures from there. And they gave her a Holyoke, only undergraduate to get the Holyoke gallery. And she sold the pictures and she gave them back close to $9,000 because she made that money. She said, okay, I'll give it to them because I have used all college resources. And so endowment increases automatically because the people who get benefit, they contribute. Boise State University, where I had done my MBA, gave me a chance to challenge 4 courses and not let me take an undergraduate class. I give them back every year. So same thing can be done. So yes, we should have a strong endowment. We should look for the volunteer work. We should pay for that volunteer work if we can, so that the kid can subside in a farm or in another city, not in his house. That way he learns also to how to live independently and do his time management and things like that. I'm sorry. I'm over.
Yeah, thank you, Raj sir. So it's a great idea. And so Sachin, it will be great if you can put your thought process in one place, because then we can discuss it more. And like I said, NIT REC is a government college, so we cannot really change their curriculum, but their curriculum has some areas. So, and Roger can tell more about it, because the RECNITKA Association, they worked on the internship opportunities.
Yeah, so I will just say this finally, that I will put that plan into presentation or a document, and I will pass it through you all.
Shubha, never say never. Shubha, never say never.
Okay.
We can change the government course. It will take 3 years, 5 years. We can go to UGC. Never say never. Yes, if there is something good you are doing, UGC will have no problem. I know a professor from Roorkee who became UGC chairman. He used to say, we don't get ideas in India.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I think India only has our ideas, sir. Nice to see you, Nirula.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, let me
No,
introduce
you
a little
all
bit.
have ideas now, not in 1966.
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah,
66.
no, yes,
I was
yes.
3-year-old, so I won't know.
Yeah. No, so point well taken, Raj sir. But that definitely, because we cannot just stop saying that
Yes.
this does not happen.
Yes.
We have to make things happen. I agree with you. I mean, that's a thing. I mean, we have been giving that excuse to ourselves for years now that things don't change in India, right? So we have to do something. I agree.
Shubha, my nephew, 23-year-old, lives in Bangalore independently, and he is a joint venture. He is venturist.
Okay.
So
you see
basically,
yourself.
he's already multimillionaire. So
Yes.
I know.
That is
This
entrepreneurship.
generation has changed. This generation has
Yes.
changed. So please look at this way. Idea has to be useful.
Yes.
So now you may have 1,000 ideas, but somebody has to screen it and say, okay, these two
Right,
are the
right.
one we're going to follow.
पहले सर इंडिया में रिसोर्स नहीं थे, आइडियाज तो रिसोर्स नहीं थे, हम लोग कुछ कर नहीं सकते थे. ऑल वी कुड डू वाज टेक अ गुड जॉब. आजकल रिसोर्सेज हैं, सो वी हैव फंड्स आल्सो. अभी बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स चल रहे हैं. देयर लॉट ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स व्हिच आर आल्सो अवेलेबल फॉर देम. It's a very good platform. आजकल accelerator startup, they got these fancy names. I have been a perpetual startup right from the beginning of my business. I don't stick to one product. But मैं startup कभी start नहीं किया with the investment funds and stuff like that. So there's a difference. People have a different type of thinking now. Nirula, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Hi, I didn't get chance to introduce myself. So my name is Pradeep Narula. I'm from 81 Batch Electrical. And I worked in National Thermal Power Corporation for about 9 years. Then came to US in 95 and worked for a couple of consulting IT organizations, and then joined Johnson & Johnson. So right now I'm in clinical data management as a global data manager. So that's it for me.
Yeah, thank you, Narula.
Narula, are you in New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey. Yeah.
Okay, I know that headquarters. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Narula, for joining. Anyone else has joined who has not introduced yet?
Everything is covered, I think.
Yeah, okay.
We can sum it up now.
Yeah, okay. So we have talked about few ideas on entrepreneurship, and Sachin is going to put together the thought process he has about how students can be helped in entrepreneurship. Also, we wanted to quickly, I know it's been about.
So, one more point of this. I agree with whatever Roger sir was saying, but I want to say again this thing that if you don't live a dream, you are going to be used for a dream or for someone else's imagination. Rather put our talents of India and the skill force of India for the best use of our country.
Yeah.
If they are not oriented, let's orient them.
Yeah.
In fact, we had this caption: "If you can dream it, you can do it."
Yeah.
Harinder, you remember it? He had this first from Adobe. He had this: "If you can dream it, you can do it."
Yeah, exactly.
So for them to enable the imagination, we need to just put those pieces together, and Roger sir and all Raj sir and Shubha ma'am and Lakshmi Ramaraju ma'am and lot of respected seniors of entrepreneurship are there. I'm going to formalize that and take your feedback, kind of coordinate with the NIT Kurukshetra as well.
Yeah, thanks Sachin. Thanks for taking the initiative. Appreciate it. We do need, in fact, we need more people taking initiatives, because that's how we can make the changes, right? Otherwise, yeah, that's appreciated. So we talked about these two areas. We wanted to brainstorm in this first meeting, and I'm sure there are many more topics that we could have covered, but I think it was a good discussion. We are going to plan a few more meetings to discuss more brainstorming of ideas. And so basically what we are saying is two areas. What alumni can do for alumni, that's what this is the that's what it is, that alumni, what hum kya kar sakte hain dusre alumni ke liye, how we can network, how we can build the alumni base stronger in US, and of course India mein to chal hi raha hai wo initiative, US mein hum usko kaise strong bana sakte hain, that is one thing. And second, that we discuss now कि REC NIT के students के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं, how we can help in any shape and form, guiding them, providing some of the some foundation that can help them in thinking about entrepreneurship or any other area जहाँ पे वो जाना चाहते हैं उसके लिए. So those are the two areas. And now we discussed something, but I am sure all of you must be having many more ideas. And we have not covered all those ideas today. So what I was suggesting that maybe what I can do is I can just have a Google Doc, and you can just bullet point any ideas you have, and then we can go over those ideas in the next meetings. Anyone else has any other idea how we can better formulate this? Is this a good idea that, okay, we have a Google Doc where everyone can put their ideas briefly, and you don't need to elaborate on everything, just bullet points, so that we can take those bullet points next time and discuss them more in detail.
Just also add, Shubha, what are you expecting from your alumni, from your fellow alumni? Just add that, because that will make a very good comprehensive answer, and we can then work together what is another person expecting from anybody else. So then we will have, I think, we'll have something to work on.
Roger, just one quick suggestion, if it is not formed up. One more thing, all these ideas we will have, I think just to get people together, if we can form up something like, every Saturday evening, first Saturday evening of the month, if you can fix up that, this meeting is going to be there, then everybody will join, and then this will be a platform where such a review of things will happen, and things will start flowing. Otherwise, generally what happens, they have taken a lot of pains, Harinder, and you have taken a lot of pains. So this meeting has happened, and I find only about 17-18 people joining. Out of that, 3-4 people are from India itself. So if you can, formalize like we have done in Mahfil, every Saturday evening people know. So that will be very useful, I feel.
Can I say something?
Please.
Can I say something? इसमें पता क्या है, Sisodia sir and everybody, मेरे को जो लगता है, let me say, then I'll give one suggestion also. See, this is not like Mahfil. Mahfil is out of your, what do you call, you want to perform, and you want, that is your, this is something like, if you don't see there is something for you, this group will not continue. So you'll have to have something apart from networking. That is, हम कैसे connected है? REC से connected है. REC का emotion है हमारे पास. That is why we gather all together, different ages, different backgrounds.
Absolutely.
But apart from that, we should have some connect. मैं एक चीज suggest करना चाहता हूँ to Shubha. Yeah, right. So sorry, sir. I want to just say one thing.
I'm only trying to say that once we put these common things together, which are of interest to people.
मैं as an entrepreneur एक suggest करना चाहता हूँ to this group. I am not in US, I am in India. To form an entrepreneur group and to give new ideas, and let us say how we can do it. I want to get into EV, I want to get into brown hydrogen, I want to get into a lot of other things, batteries. There is a scope in India. If there is some people who can help each other, I am there in India who can do many things for people sitting in US. We can form a group and work something together. It's this something which I am interested in. Other people can be interested in some other things. So we can have a group, entrepreneur group, where we can put in our ideas, and if we can implement it and give it to the world, something that ideas that we have, I think we have achieved everything. That is what I think.
Right,
Very
Roger.
good.
So
Very good.
my only suggestion was that to just keep things flowing. एक मीटिंग का शेड्यूल फिक्स हो जाए, and out of that such group and such cooperation can emerge, rather than doing it just plan it and do it. So if we fix,
I'll tell you what the plan is like this, that we had rolled out a campaign, requested for 4 time slots. This time slot got the maximum responses. So we held this as the first meeting. There'll be 3 more meetings so that everybody is covered. The responses have touched close to around 80 people have responded. So this had 28% of the responses, and more or less, apart from 5-6 people, 20 people were there, and we'll have one in the next week, which has the next maximum. And once we are through with this 4 rounds, that message will be around. This event is being recorded. We have shared the link for those who have missed it, and we expect them to join in for the next 3-4 meetings. By the end of 4 meetings, we would have a concept and an idea ready that if somebody likes to do this, we will be creating a small group. Apart from what you just saw in the initial discussions, that let's meet up in Atlanta, let's meet up in New Jersey. ये चीजें होंगी, और जब तक ये चीजें नहीं होंगी, ये काम बढ़ेगा नहीं. तो
मैं एक आइडिया दूं.
हाँ जी सर.
हाँ, मेरा आइडिया ये है कि यहाँ पर अमेरिका में MIT, हार्वर्ड, ड्यूक और स्टैनफोर्ड, ये सब जो है ना कोर्स देते हैं लाइन के ऊपर. कि इंडिया में हमारी कीमत उसके लिए बहुत कम होगी. उस कोर्स में like I attended and I will do, but I do a course every 6 months. Okay. I did a course called MIT Way of Negotiation. Yeah, or I did at Duke, say, 6 Sigma Black Belt course, or things like that. तो ये जो उस कोर्स में जो और लोग होते हैं, those who join that, they learn lot from it. अब उसमें उन्होंने क्या किया है, मेरे को encourage करने के लिए, मैंने बंद कर दिया था ज्वाइन करना, वो मेरे को 50% ऑफ देते हैं. कहते हैं मिस्टर कपूर ज्वाइन, क्योंकि वो प्रोफेसर जो है वो कहता है कि he is getting it ideas. You know, I speak a lot, right? So आप अगर कोई ऐसा एक कोर्स हर 6 महीने में करें जिसमें कि रीजनल इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज क्षेत्र के प्रोफेसर्स इन्वॉल्व हों, so they bring the academic excellence, and उसमें अगर आप अपने NIT alumni को half price कर दें, तो देखें, try करें, and if it needs any kind of a financial support, ask for it, right? So let's do something like that. That will automatically join all of our alumni seeking the excellence. And I can tell you that ASHA में जाके हम कोर्स पढ़ाते हैं, we call ourselves distinguished alumni. तो वो मेरे से मांग रहे थे कि अपना रेज्यूमे भेजो, मैंने कहा नहीं, क्योंकि मैं अपना रेज्यूमे भेज ही नहीं सकता. There are some restrictions on me to discuss what projects I'm working on or where I'm working on. So same thing. तो मैंने कहा नहीं, विष्णु सरन जो है, he is doing so well. I nominated Vishnu Saran. I don't know if you guys know, from 1966 batch. He has Merit Institute of Technology. He's running a big, and he was my 3-year roommate.
We met him in Delhi, sir.
Those things, type of things automatically come. So let's start something like that, one course every 6 months, and give alumni local break 25% and have Indian cost for it. For US people, there is no problem. They can pay full. But if somebody like Chaudhary, who is a college student, we can do it. Somebody else can finance it for him. So let's do something like that. And that will make this our US meeting forever. I think it will last forever.
All right, sir. I think with our couple of alumni, like today we had a news about one of our batchmates heading the research for Oregon, and there are a couple of more alumni at senior positions in the education domains in the US, even other countries. We can use them as resources, and we will definitely look at this option.
Yes, very good idea. Yes,
Yeah,
Oregon
yeah,
को use
we'll
कर
look at
सकते
this
हैं.
option. Yeah, we can
Yes.
take care of.
Yeah, and in fact, also in addition to this, अभी after COVID के बाद में काफी सारे online educational tool available है, and many of them are free or very nominal prices पे. We can identify some that are nominal prices पे है or free है, and those tools we can give those tools to NIT students के लिए, so they can. So basically क्या है कि इतने सारे tools हैं वहाँ पे online, but they cannot really go and look at everything. But if we come across something good and give them the list of those things, it's easier for them to use those tools to see, because if there is already system in place, already process procedures उसमें दिए हुए हैं, guidelines उसमें दिए हुए, checklist दिए हुए, that can make things easier for them, then we can do that. And it's like we have as from India, we always had resource crunch, less resources, but with the internet, it is a very good level equalizer, and I think we should take advantage of that internet availability. And अब India में तो everyone has with cell phone, and people have everything available. So if we can identify some good tools or some good processes, some good online resources, and give them to the students, it will make their life easier. That's all. So yeah, so, and it's, I think we have discussed some ideas, and as Roger and Harinder said that दूसरी 3 meetings हम करने वाले for those other 3 time slots, because all 4 time slots got responses, and it was almost like not that much of difference. So that's why we decided we will have the 4 initial meetings at 4 time slots to start with, so that everyone can participate. And after that, Sisodia sir, as you said, we can decide on one particular time slot on one particular day, once a month, etc. And then people know that for sure that this is time slot we have, so they can hopefully they can work their schedule around that, and then we can have useful discussions in that forum. And I'm sure बाकी के 3 meetings maybe we may come up with other ideas, and I'm sure people have a lot of ideas. So entrepreneurship is one idea. There are IT में काफी लोग हैं यहाँ पे US में, so in fact IT field में there can be some good ideas where they can use it to expand on how it can benefit the alumni and the students, NIT students, what can be done. So we are almost like 15 minutes left to 2 hours. Okay, so we have 1 hour 45 minutes away. Anyone else have any comments, anything? Harinder, Roger, or anyone else? Please.
Manish has been listening very carefully.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, so maybe, सोच रहा था कि, of course, one like, comment that I'd say, 20 years पहले, 25 years, even, 15 years, when in any colleges in India, in the top, like, colleges, IIT ho, IIM ho, एक job पाना, Raj Sarji was like the, biggest thing, and, like, people will boast. And what I am hearing for last 5-6 years in the top, management, institutes, it is not like, people are boasting about their job and the salary. It is like who is taking a lead on the startup. So, एक environment, a culture, thanks to the political, regime, thanks to the, media and internet and the, connectivity, and the, like the so-called, brain drain has helped in a way, back to वो एक तो environment आ गया है. So, Sachin, yes, if someone has ideas and everyone, is having idea, and रॉजर सर ने बोला एंड राज सर ने कि जब तक वो आइडियाज को आपको compete करने के प्लेटफॉर्म्स यहाँ भी हैं, यूएस में भी हैं, आप आइडियाज को प्रेजेंट करें, आप स्ट्रगल करें, आप फंडिंग लाएं, यस, networking is going to help where this kind of group is going to help. But एक छोटा सा idea to the help any way, and ये मैंने बातें बहुत सुनी है, how to help and all, and लोग थोड़ा जोश में बात करते हैं, फिर वो कंक्रीट शेप नहीं ले पाता है. तो जैसे शुभा मैम ने अभी वो बोला कि बहुत सारे लोग आर इन IT, and I am also like in the agile and safe and very highest certification and the experience I have, but I can volunteer my 4 1 hour session to any group who is connected with college, and they are just going to start, but I can volunteer that for free, and I can say, okay, you take my 1 hour for 4 weekends, but but अब लेकिन उसके लिए एक critical mass तो होने चाहिए, 5 लोग रहें, 10 लोग रहें, तो वो भी एक idea है. And someone's interest रॉजर सर ने बोला कि EV के स्पेस में मैं तो ऑस्टिन में बैठा हूँ, there is so much of activities going around with General Motors, with Tesla, so many activities and ideas, and everyone is having those ideas in the EV, autonomous and cars. इसमें बहुत सारी opportunity है, तो उसमें एक discussion और ideas और entrepreneurship का कुछ भी ideas आदमी वो generate कर सकता है. But this is a good start. But somehow we have to continue to meet every 6 weeks or 5 weeks, and also independent threads can happen based on the people's interest. That's all.
Yeah, definitely. और ये जो ideas हैं, we can take them through the जैसे I'm involved in venture capital investing, so I see the criteria they use, etc. So we have to take all those ideas. If someone want to invest in that, so we have to take them through that process. Whether it tick marks all the requirement to succeed. And of course, entrepreneurship there is no guarantee of any success.
Of course.
But the maximum,
Yes.
We can use some guidelines that may help them that way. Yes. Because
I heard Manish Kishore sir, and based on your points, I want to make I was thinking how we can concretize it. So I see that the gap with students have it at NIT, and my main motivation was that when I myself heard Alumni, I was expecting much more what they were offering me. When they came to NIT Kurukshetra in the Alumni Center, they were not offering, they were not the dreams of me, and neither most of them are yet. So I want that we enable their dreams, and we enable that the sparkle of their eye remains every time when they grow up in their life. So my vision is that. So in order to concretize that, we have to see that what's the gap for all the branches, the electronics, electrical, and mechanical, who are the builder of the product. Software, obviously, we have all the infrastructure. So the gaps are the material testing facilities, and the gaps are fabrication facilities, which when I was there, I don't know right now, you can correct me, sir, but with those gaps, we have to see what are those gaps, and we should collectively, all the alumni, US, India, everywhere, should fund it, and at minimum establish it there. So they can use that and create products. They have to brainstorm, and they have to ask Roger sir, Shubha, me, Raj sir, Manish sir, everybody who they want to ask. I mean,
so Sachin, sorry to interrupt, but just to keep it concise.
Yeah.
We know that all the venture capitalist world, and with due respect to everyone here, that is these days are ruled by some of the big investor who are born and brought up in India. Now they are the one of the top VCs in US. They are funding hundreds of the startups in the Bangalore. But coming to a point, if NIT third year, fourth year guys wants to get inspired, I would, encourage, Roger sir, Subha sir to just, advertise it and have a, 1.5 hour, session, just give them like, basic. तो कोई जो बंदा यूपी और महाराष्ट्र से आ रहा है उसको कोई आइडिया नहीं है ये क्या दुनिया है और कैसे like even they can dream of getting any sort of help, but I mean who knows, आज की जनरेशन को सब कुछ मालूम ही है मतलब वैसे, लेकिन एक इंस्पायर करने के लिए आप एक लेक्चर दे सकते हो कि how the VC world works, how to even like dream of getting a 5 lakh rupees to 50 lakhs, right?
Yeah,
so they
so-
can think in those lines.
We,
So
we
you can
have
take that
we have
idea.
we have conducted such workshops with students.
Yes.
And we had startup में हमारा junior है अनिल चिकारा, उसको हम लिया था. He had taken this thing, and we have tried to do. एक चीज I wanted to make you guys clear. We have tried to get the students. जितना भी हम कर सकते थे, हरिंदर, if you can put more light on that after I speak. हमने बहुत ट्राई किया है कि we can do these kind of lectures. We used to find just 10 or 15 students interested.
Right.
Maybe that was because of the corona or something. अभी मैं बताता हूँ आप लोगों को, हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट में पैसे की कमी नहीं है. There is lot of funds with NIT Kurukshetra. They're loaded with funds today. But they don't have enough idea how to implement how to improve our workshops. मेरे जमाने में मैकेनिकल में एक बॉयलर पड़ा होता था, एक इंजन पड़ा होता था, एक वैंकैन इंजन पड़ा होता था. आई एम श्योर आज भी वही है. वो ना बड़ा है,
गैप के बारे में बात की,
कहीं से बड़ा नहीं है. तो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज कि फंड की कमी हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट को आज की डेट में बॉस है नहीं. बहुत फंड है, ऑटोनोमस इंस्टीट्यूट बन चुका है. And these guys are not even under any state now. They are like totally reporting to central government. अभी इनका पूरा का पूरा things change हो गया है. अब अभी आप जाके इंस्टीट्यूट देखो हमारा, it's somewhere else. हमारे टाइम पे तो कुछ भी नहीं था. अभी तो बहुत पंगा यहाँ है कि मैंने जो देखा है, we tried to, Shubha, me, Harinder, we really wanted to interact with students. हमने final years को और third year students को पूरा WhatsApp group बनाया. Harinder worked very hard on that. We used to invite them for technical sessions. हमने sessions लिए हैं उनके, और लोगों को ले लेके जो भी top bosses हैं, they have come. Like we got people from L&T, we got Anil Chikara, we got Power Grid के boss, the top boss, who are wreckers, to talk to their to talk to final year students and educate them. बंदा interested ही नहीं है यार. Harinder, if you can put some light.
I will just tell here that I cannot say that here actually what I want to say, but
So you say, yeah, we are all from the same tunnel. We know.
No, so the thing is, I don't think the pedagogy there is really enabling and empowering students. I really don't think that.
So that's a big issue, yeah. That's a big issue.
May idea do. See,
No, sir.
America went through this phase too. Everybody wanted to be Bill Gates. So in India, everybody wants to be venture capitalist. And again,
They have seen some Amitabh Bachchan movies. They want to become millionaire without working. That's the problem.
My nephew, without attending even graduate school, in undergraduate school from Delhi, did the entrepreneur thing in Dubai, and more than 500 people from India went there, and he made money on that thing. And he was only in 12th grade or 13th grade, whatever, 1 year after pre-engineering. And now he's venture capitalist. So everybody wants to be Bill Gates. The way to do it is, and I did it here when we started Model United Nations program in my daughter's high school. I offered everybody a pizza party, following attendance to that for 1.5 hours. So maybe you can do that in a college. We kind of rajma or pranthe roz khate hain. So maybe you can have something like that as a motivation for people to join. Now, right people may not come in, but once they go with the idea and discuss this in their thing, you will motivate a lot more people. I cannot say, oh, you will start beer party because government school, you can do that. But something like that will basically increase your participation, in my opinion. I don't know.
That's
Real world may be different.
I've just insert that, the students, obviously, it will help, but and I would just like to tell that what I see the challenge is people are repelled from academics, because I saw many professors trying to fail, arrogant. I will say not all, but most of them. And when I was there, and many people failed, and the attitude shift. There's an ego. There's an ego for these big people, senior people with them, and they're not seeing the vision for what NIT Kurukshetra has made. They're not aligned perfectly to that.
It's the reality. Being a government institute, the teachers work as government employees, and their thinking is also government-like. They are not open. That is something that needs to change. And what has been observed in my 30-35 years that I've been following the colleges, 5-6 तो students से teachers बन रहे हैं, और 50% of the faculty today are ex-students of the college.
Right.
So that mindset has to change.
The fear of
there
failure
has to
should
be
not
more
be there.
development, more research.
Harvard will not hire Harvard PhD unless he has master from another university, or they will hire PhD who has their master and undergraduate, and also will not hire unless they have at least done some work outside of Harvard. I know that because that's the reason somebody from family did not go to Harvard for graduate school. That, hey, if I do that,
the difference here is that Harvard has an option. REC कुरुक्षेत्र के पास ऑप्शन नहीं है, हमारे को फैकल्टी मिलती नहीं है, तो हमारे स्टूडेंट ही एमटेक करके वहीं पे लग जाते हैं. ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है, क्योंकि हमारे को फैकल्टी स्टैंडर्ड अच्छा नहीं है सर हमारा NITK का. We don't get good faculty.
So maybe you should raise funds. No, hold on. Maybe you should raise funds and create chair professors who you can pay double the pay than what our existing professor is making. That's what's happening in Duke and Harvard too. Stanford wants to hire away somebody.
That kind of idea is not there in government institutes in India, sir. हार्वर्ड में आप कर सकते हो, कुछ भी बोलो कर सकते हो, आप आईवी लीग में कुछ भी कर सकते हो, बिकॉज पीपल आर ओपन. यहाँ पे इंडिया में दे सो क्लोज डोर. इफ यू वांट टू सजेस्ट समथिंग they'll kick you, they'll find a way to kick you out.
No, UT
and we have been struggling.
UT Austin में कर सकते हैं, वो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल है, but I agree with you. India has different roles. I don't know all of them, but
India private institute still not in government, sir. Possibly नहीं है.
Okay.
Yes. Sachin, can you, I think if you can bring more young blood for discussions, because usme bhi will get more participation from the younger
I think
NIT students.
There are many students, and my fellow students, my friends, who have been entrepreneurs, and they are in US right now. So
yeah, so you can bring them, because that will be good, because they are recent graduates, and some of the ideas they have, or they know other folks who have some ideas, and then we can build on that okay, what type of support is required, because these things cannot be done in one day, but we can start from some folks who have ideas, look into them, start a process that how do we help in those people who have ideas, or screen them, or whatever need is required. So at least we have somewhere we can start.
So what I will do is, the takeaway of the meeting is, what I will do is I will take all your inputs and put it in a Word or the presentation in shortest bullet points, and then I will also bring in other students. And if we can do a meeting in meanwhile, one day Zoom or Google Meet, if you can share your email IDs. I know Raj sir, we have been in touch with, so I can discuss with Raj sir. but if I can discuss with Shubha ma'am and organizer from REC Kurukshetra Alumni Association.
Bye. I have other commitment. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and Roger, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so I can discuss with you after this meeting. We can get on the Zoom call and you can do that. So that is one. You have an action item, Sachin, to put your thoughts together. I have an action item that I will create a Google Doc where just folks can fill up the any ideas they have about what can be done, and we'll start from there.
Yes.
Sounds good.
So
Yeah.
how to get in touch after this meeting?
I'll come to that. The entire database is available who have responded and attended the meeting. Say by tomorrow, there'll be a thank you mail with the link of the YouTube where this thing is live. So you can go back to. The contact details are available with us. We have the RECNITKA WhatsApp group. I think you all are members there.
Okay.
You can always ping in any of us one-to-one from there.
Sure.
And that's how we get going, because Shubha is driving that initiative. I am visible as the RECNITKA admin everywhere, so you can ping me.
Sure.
My name is Harinder Salwan, 81 batch from Bombay. So always available.
Yeah.
So we can move it and take it forward. So this being the first, share the YouTube links with the people that you know were not here. Let them understand our thoughts, suggestions, and ideas that we are floating, and we expect them to be here for the next one and for the next two more before we have a clear roadmap after the 4 meetings that we need to meet every month or we need to meet every week, and what we plan to do. And coming back to giving back to the Alma, the colleges have opened, the exams are coming up next month, I would say. And I would suggest that by June, July, we will start that process of reaching out to the alumni, from the alumni to the college directly on pre-defined dates and topics. Earlier, there was a challenge because everybody was home. Nobody was interested to come and listen. And we realized that, and then we stopped that, which we will now open up. And because now we have the database of the 17, 18, 19, 20 batches, we have created a Telegram group where we message them and they comment. And each one of you has to be an ambassador and spread that message that we are here to help. And we'll continue to do that, right? So I will take this opportunity to thank all those who are here. And Shubha, if you can do the closing.
Yes, so thank you all of you for coming and appreciate, I know this has been 2 hours, so appreciate your patience and participation. And I think I won't take too much time. We already have passed the 2 hours time frame. So please feel free to ping me or Harinder or Roger, or I'm here in US, Harinder and Roger, they are in India, and they are also driving a lot of other initiatives. So really appreciate the both of them participating today full time in this and helping us, all of us. They have done a lot of work in India, and we are hoping that in US also we are able to build a strong alumni base that can drive initiatives. So thank you all for coming, and I think we will. Yeah. Okay. Bye then. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Yeah, and Shubha, so when you are coming to the Austin or Texas way, feel free to ping me, and I'll also ping you.
Definitely, Manish.
I like to do the closing. Like when you say how did we start this? I used to go to Goregaon and say, anybody around in Goregaon, आ जाओ कॉफी पीते हैं. तो 2 से 4 बने, 4 से 8. अब बॉम्बे में क्या होता है कि मीटिंग कब हो रही है? So we normally have every 6 monthly meetings, and after 2 years when we had the first meeting last month, people just barged in without confirming, yeah, we were missing. So we have to create that momentum in the US. Meet up, and when you knock on a door and say you're a wrecker or you're an NIT Kurukshetra, the doors open. And I've seen that over the last 3 decades.
I will just close it with saying that I will get in touch. I will try to get in touch with the seniors. But the spark is based on one thing, which is Rabindranath Tagore's famous quote, "Akla chalo re." It's in Bengali. I'm not Bengali, but if you can walk alone. So I think nobody will be lost if he walks alone, and that we want to enable us.
हम निकले थे अकेले लेकिन कारवां बन गया.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
हम निकले अकेले ही थे सचिन, लेकिन कारवां बन गया. एकला टोलोले, you are always alone on the highest post, but I don't believe in that. एकला चलो का दबाना खत्म हो गया.
You follow your own dreams and people follow you, and they're both the same. It's just the
It's not like follow. It's like if you like birds of the same feather flock together. It's something like that. If you have similar kind of thinking, you will always gel together. हमारा thinking, I always say, is that tunnel जिसके through हम 4 साल 5 साल निकले हैं. वो हमारा enough of a gel है to open arms to each other. That's what I feel.
Sure.